Hi, thank you for joining us. This is Sports Fanatic 92.4. Today I have AD and Jonathan joining me, Ben Claff on Sports Talk Radio. Today we're going to be covering the Mets-Astros game. AD?
So it was a big series, like definitely two very good teams that just played. Let's go about the first game. Jonathan, do you have anything to add about the first? To ask about the first game?
I mean, the first game it was just a total Mets victory. It just felt like the Mets, they had everything in check. They didn't have many problems, and it felt like that they just knew what they were doing. But it didn't feel that way for the entire series.
Yeah, it was a very close game. Although we have two very good teams, they both want to come out with a win, obviously. AD, anything more to add?
I mean, the Astros they didn't really have it during the game. In the seventh inning, Joe Spada getting ejected on a strike three call on Jake Myers. That probably threw them off for the rest of the game. And then Jeff McNeil hitting a 3-run home run that definitely helped the Mets to their victory in the first game. Jonathan, what about the second game?
I agree with AD about the first game, but I think in the second game, that there was definitely it was a little more shaky for the Mets. I know.
Hold on, guys. We have a caller.
Oh, a caller.
Hello?
Obviously, something you guys have been talking about is the Mets versus the Nationals right now. And the Mets started the season out very poorly, but now they've really turned their season around. Though they didn't look good against the Pirates, they got back to 500. They continue to do well. So what's going right for the Mets right now? And what have they done right in the month of June? And what do they have to continue doing to stay in the playoffs?
That's a good question. I'll start with this one. So I think that what the Mets have really done that's different is their starting pitching has been just so much improved, along with the addition of Jose Iglesias at second base. They've had less errors. Mark Vientos is stepping up to play third base well, and he's really been hitting a lot of home runs. And we can't forget about Grimace. Grimace really carries the Mets.
Any thoughts?
I mean, the Mets have been really doing everything right. And, to look back on the Astros-Mets series, it was really going well for them in the second game. The bullpen was just the thing that blew it for them. And then, thank you for that question. But in the second game, the bullpen is what blew it for the Mets. They scored 5 in the second inning, which was really impressive. And then in the third game, it went into extras, which was a good game. Jonathan, anything to add?
All right, yeah, just last thing here. I just wanted to say, in the second and third games, the Astros may have a better record than the Mets, but I think the Mets really showed that they could definitely hang with the Astros. In the first game, they scored 5 runs in the second inning, as AD said before, which is impressive, but their bullpen just couldn't handle it. And in the third game, they went to extras, but the Astros scored 5 runs in the 11th inning. So their starting was great, but their bullpen just needs a little bit more work. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you, Jonathan. That's a wrap on today's Sports Fanatic. Thank you for joining us. This is Sports Fanatic 92.4.